score. Only thing changed was the game. I'm in the zone now. Nothing change what we on now. When I pull up, no it's going down. Put on the gas, ain't no slowing down.
Music licensing reimagined.
I'm running the game now. Foot on the gas, can slow down. No, my team we holding it down. We know we running it now. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change.
Artlist.io. Artlist.io.
Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Tell them that's like I'm taking a shot for my enemies. I can't waste no more time on my energy. I know they know I got it on lock.
Music licensing reimagined.
Taking the lead now while they watching. Think you should leave now while I option. Taking the web, yeah, I gotta win. Watching kick out of those, they won't let me in. I'm running the game now. Foot on the gas, can slow down. No, my team we holding it down. We know we running it now. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Music licensing reimagined.
Good evening, everybody. It's Thursday night, and y'all are here on Sports Talk with Mr. 33. I am him, Mr. 33. And as we always do on Thursday night, we're going to talk about Thursday night football. And tonight, they had the Denver Broncos going down to NOLA to play the Saints tonight. The Broncos came in with a 3-3 record. The Saints came in with a 2-5 record. And the final score of that game was Denver 33, the Saints 10. Now, let me just say this. The Saints came in very heavily injury prone. All of their wide receivers were gone. Commander, what up, 9? So the Saints came in with no wide receivers. They came up with backup wide receivers, the backup quarterback. So for me personally, I wasn't expecting too much, even though the young man had a good game. Well, actually, they both was rookie quarterbacks. One was in the first round, Denver Broncos quarterback Bo Nix, and the New Orleans Saints came in with Spencer Rattler. He's a mid-round rookie, but they had similar games. Bo Nix had 16 or 26 for 164 yards. Spencer Rattler was 25 or 35 for 172 yards. But the game here was about rushing, right? The Denver Broncos had over 200 yards rushing. Literally 225 yards rushing. And the Saints only had 97. Time of possession was pretty good, 33 minutes to 27 minutes. Advantage Denver. But it really came down to the running game because they played in two rookie quarterbacks. So, you know, when you're playing rookie quarterbacks, you try to keep them away from making the huge turnovers. And oddly enough, neither quarterback had any turnovers. But Denver just ran the ball well. Jaden Williams had 88 yards with 2 touchdowns on 14 carries. Bo Nix himself had 75 rushing yards on 10 carries to go along with his 164 passing yards. So, you know, like it wasn't really much to talk about as far as the game itself. The game got out of hand pretty early. You know, It was 16-3 at half, and New Orleans was never really in the game per se. But Denver goes on to be 4-3, and the Saints now fall down to 2-5. It's amazing how they started off it seemed like they've been on a losing streak since week 3. They started off hot, came in, beat the Cowboys, and then it's been downhill ever since. Yeah, they started off 2-0, I believe, and then lost 5 in a row. Derek Carr went out. That's their quarterback, their starting quarterback. Then they started losing receivers, and it just fell apart for them there, right? So the Saints are now 2-5. The Broncos are 4-3. Having a pretty decent year with a rookie quarterback. I guess they're going to give all the credit to Sean Payton. So, it's just amazing how, a year has changed Sean Payton. Sean Payton had Russell Wilson last year. They didn't like the fact that Russell Wilson wasn't doing what he needed to do. They sat him down even in the midst of a playoff spot. They sat him down just to get, a draft pick. I call it tanking. People may not call it tanking, but they end up getting Bo Nix this year in the first round. And now, realize what's going on. And now they're 4-3 heading into next week. So, it's just crazy how just a few weeks change, a team. Now now Russell Wilson's in Pittsburgh. He been injured, but he might be getting a starting spot back. But the Broncos are just, playing good football. They're playing 500 good football, playing, very decently on offense. Their defense is, very good, if not in the top 5 in certain aspects, whether it's, scoring, points allowed, things like that. But they're playing good football. But yeah. I also want to talk. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the WNBA, right? There's a lot of speculations as to, the women are in the final round, the WNBA finals, right? And yesterday, the New York Liberty took a 2-1 lead in the best of 5 series. But it's not that they took the lead, is how they took the lead, right? So they have a young lady on the New York Liberty. Her name is Sabrina Ionescu, right? She was a big thing coming out of college. She played college basketball in Oregon. But if you watch the Olympics, y'all seen her play at the Olympics, and she played pretty well. But even before the Olympics, the WNBA and the NBA did something very unique. Not was it 2022 All-Star game or All-Star weekend? Anyway, so Sabrina Ionescu challenged Steph Curry in a 3-point contest, and she held her own. But it's Steph Curry. She lost by a couple baskets, whatever have you. Right? So we're going to fast forward to last night. The game is tied at 77 in the final seconds. They give Sabrina Ionescu the basketball. They clear it out for her. She decides to take a 28-footer. That's close to half court for a lot of people if you close your eyes. And it was nothing but net. And the first thing I thought about was, that's a Steph Curry move. That's something Steph Curry would do. Well, isolate the ball, tell everybody to clear out, and pull up from 28 or 30 feet. And it was nothing but net. And that shot silenced the whole stadium. Now, mind you, This was all in Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota, the home of the Minnesota Lynx. They were so stunned, you could have heard a pin drop. But the beauty of it is that, I know a lot of times the WNBA gets frowned upon because they're not exciting. They're not, some people may say they're not marketable. Some people may say, they're boring because they don't do what the men do, whether it's slam dunking or shooting threes at a highly contested rate. But this young lady is shooting 43% from the three-point line in the playoffs. And if you understand what that number is, that is a very good ratio, because everybody else will be probably shooting in the low 30s, 33, 32, maybe 35%, but she's shooting over 40%. That's that when that young lady shot that ball, was Sabrina shot the ball last night. I was so astonished that it went in. And not because it's my hometown. It's just the fact that she did something that we have seen Steph Curry do. We have seen Damian Lillard do. But for them, it's on the biggest stage. It's on the WNBA platform. It's nobody else playing. It's no Caitlin Clark. It's no Angel Reese. It's nothing about the young ladies that came in this year. It's about two teams. They have the same exact record. They have over 30 wins in the WNBA. It's only 40 games to be played. They have the same record, but the competition is something that needs to be spoken about. And so I am here to speak about it because it was great basketball. In game 1 of the WNBA finals, the Minnesota Lynx came back from an 18-point deficit, the largest deficit in WNBA finals history. They got it to go into overtime, and in overtime, they took the game over and won that game. In this game, the Liberty were down by 15 points, battling back, playing defense, making the timely baskets, doing the things that they need to do to keep the game close. And when it got to tied game with 15 seconds left, that young lady showed up. Sabrina Ionescu showed up. She showed up just like any man would. Steph Curry, like I said, Dame Lillard, any one of the sharpshooters. She stepped up and nailed a 28-footer with 1 second left. You can't ask for better basketball. Now, we understand that this coming Tuesday, the men will start their season. But I'm telling y'all, if you take the time to watch this game, or you take the time to watch any of these past 3 games, there's nothing to be upset about. They're playing outstanding basketball. It may look like, the 90s men basketball because the score is so low, but the competition is very good. It's better than good. It's great. It's up to par. And so, game 4 is tomorrow. It's going to be on ESPN at 8:00. If the Liberty win, it'll be the first time they ever won a championship. They've been there since 1996, 97, since the first year. They've been there 5 times and they never won it. For me, it's a story of people everyday life. We get to the highest point, we get to our highest pinnacle, but sometimes we don't close the deal. So sometimes when you look at sports, it's a bit of reality towards life. So if they do win this, it's the first time ever that the New York Liberty will be crowned the WNBA champions. I don't think that the Minnesota Lynx is going to go down without a fight, because they have already shown they have been scrappers. They've been down big. They've come back and won a game. But these games are very closely contested. And if you love sports, you love nothing more than a highly competitive event. And these ladies are giving it to us. So I think y'all should check in and watch that. If not, just to watch to see if the Liberty are going to pull off their first championship in franchise history, but just to watch the competitiveness of the ladies. It's something about it that will make you say, you know what, they're doing everything that they can to make it entertaining. Me personally, I don't think they're marketing the sport as well as they should be for whatever reason. I just think that they're not doing that to that point. But anyway, also we had Major League Baseball this afternoon, game 3, the New York Yankees against I almost said the Cleveland Indians. You can't say Indians in sports no more. They make it to be a racial thing or something to that extent. You can't say Indians or Braves or things like that. But the Cleveland Guardians and the Yankees, they was leading in the 9th inning, but Cleveland came back in the bottom of the 9th to tie it up and then won the game in the 10th inning with 2 runs in the bottom of the 10th. So now the Yankees are up 2-1. Game 4 is tomorrow. It's a good baseball series. Now, on the other hand, the New York Mets are playing the Los Angeles Dodgers right now, and the Los Angeles Dodgers are winning in the bottom of the 9th, 10-2. The Los Angeles Dodgers are playing lights out baseball offensively. With men on bases, they're scoring the runs, they're hitting the home runs, they're getting the timely hits, they're doing the things that they need to do to advance to the World Series. And they have star power. I don't know if you guys know who Shohei Ohtani is, but if you look him up, they're going to show his precedence. Well, the game is over now. The Dodgers are up 3-1 with a 10-2 victory. But Shohei Ohtani is the first major league player in history to hit 50 home runs and steal 50 bases. That's an accomplishment that's never been done in Major League Baseball. And Major League Baseball has been around for over 125 years. I want to say 150, but I don't want to be inaccurate with the numbers. So I'm going to say 125, right? But that's never been done. And now the man is leading his team. His team is 1 game away from making the World Series. And, when you having an output like that, they scoring at least 8 runs in their wins. That's something that's not really done in baseball over this period of time, especially in these playoffs. In the playoff rounds, you might get a 3-2 victory, a 2-1 victory, a 4-3 victory. But they are pounding the New York Mets pitching. And this is hard for me to say because these are my guys. The New York Mets are my guys. But when you have that much dominance over their team, you don't have an answer for it. You have to give them their flowers. And that's what the Dodgers is doing. So the Dodgers is 1 game away from making the World Series. And their next game is tomorrow at 5 o'clock. 5:08 is the first pitch. But but there's a lot of sports getting ready to happen. We got Sunday football getting ready to start up again. We got the NBA coming up Tuesday. It's so crazy how fast the summer has passed us by. We was just watching the Boston Celtics win the NBA championship, and now on Tuesday we'll be watching them start their defense of their victory from last summer, and it's just it's just astonishing how fast the time is going, and now we're already here. So, as usual, what we do on Thursdays is we make our predictions. We go through our picks. Lady Shay, good evening. Right? So I don't know if Commander's still here. because Commander make her picks. She picks, and she can tell you her stats for the past few weeks. But I just appreciate the fact that she's willing to do this. She don't have to, but she does it. But we're gonna go through the list of games, and then we can start picking. I see you, Commander. And whoever else is here, y'all can feel free to pick too. It's okay. It's for recreational purposes only, just to see if you follow the sport and see how well you could pick the games that are being played this coming week. Even though there was a game today, right? You can make your picks. Okay, Commander, you ready? So they're gonna be playing 9:30 in Europe again, in England. They have the New England Patriots versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm gonna take my time just in case anybody else picks. So the first game is the New England Patriots versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. The next game will be the Detroit Lions versus the Minnesota Vikings. Okay, you going with the Jags. I got you. Jags all day, baby. The next game is the Minnesota Vikings versus the Detroit Lions versus the Minnesota Vikings. Ooh, he gonna get you. You going with the Vikings. For me, that's a hard game to pick because I didn't pick a lot of these games, but I picked most of them already. Lady Shay. Okay, Lady Shay, I see you. Lady Shay. Lady Shay, she's picking the Lions. Am I reading that correctly? Lady Shay, I need your first pick then. The first game is the New England Patriots versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Since you picking. So, Lady Shay, we'll come back to that. I don't know where this Coach D guy is at. We had spoke about this earlier on his live, but I guess he might be napping. She said the Jaguars. Okay. So the next game is the Tennessee Titans versus the Buffalo Bills. The Tennessee Titans versus the Buffalo Bills. That's the next game. I ain't trying to go fast. Then it will be the Miami Dolphins versus the Indianapolis Colts. Up, she going with Rough Tough Buff. Oh, wait. That's Lady Shay. I thought that was Commander. Okay, hold on. Somebody picked the game. We're about to be out. Lady Shay picked the Jags. Yeah. All right. Commander, you picking the Colts? You picking the Colts over the Dolphins? Lady Shay got the Dolphins. Okay, she got the Fins. Okay. Uh, okay, the next game. The next game is the Seattle Seahawks versus the Atlanta Falcons. Coach D, what up, though? What up, though? Big Nine. What up, though? He want to be coach. He want to be Coach D here, Commander. Uh, he feel like he a coach in real life, so he gonna coach this win. He gonna coach these wins, especially he ain't lose last week. He coaching. Okay, Commander going with the Seahawks. Okay, take your time. Take your time. For Commander, the Houston Texans versus the Green Bay Packers. The Houston Texans versus the Green Bay Packers. I see you. Texans, I got you. Okay, realist, I see you. Realist pick the Packers. Lady Shay picking the Packers. These are some of the games I haven't even picked because these games are going to be so competitive to me. I don't know who to pick. It's all right, ladies. The next game is the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Cleveland Browns. The Cincinnati Bengals versus the Cleveland Browns. Coach D, I got you in a minute. We letting the ladies were here, so they started to pick. And I think Willis picked the game. He picked the Packers over that. I can't even pick this game yet. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And Willis picked the Packers over the Texans. Okay, Willis, I see you. He going with the land. Cleveland. Lady Shay is going with the Browns too. That's a shame. I'm having hesitancy picking my own name. Commander, who did you pick? Did I miss you? Oh, you got the Bengals. I see it. Never mind. It's okay. This is all in fun. That's the beauty of the thing. The next game will be the Philadelphia Eagles versus the New York Giants. Realist got the Giants. Okay. Commander got Philly. Lady Shay, what say you, young lady? She has a big. Lady Shay going with the Dirty Bird or the Birds. They ain't the Dirty Bird. That's the Falcons. Okay. The next game is the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Rams. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's like that's close to home too. You know, when you say Philly, that's close to the Big Apple. So, you know, they like, all right, whatever. But the Rams, the Raiders versus the Rams, Vegas Raiders and the Rams. Commanders say Rams. What, the Dirty Birds are Atlanta? What do you mean? Oh boy. Okay, well, you know how you got to do it. We got till Sunday to make the picks, but I know I won't be on. Ew, I don't want. What do you mean? The Raiders or the Rams, not the Ravens. I didn't even get to the Ravens yet. It's the Las Vegas Raiders versus the LA Rams. You didn't even pick the Seahawks and Falcons yet, man, Lady Shay. Okay, so while they still waiting on the Rams and the Raiders, yeah, he did pick the winner for the night. Told me he got the Broncos. The next game after the Raiders and the Rams, I wait for Lady Shay, is the Carolina Panthers versus the Washington Commanders. I already know who Commander gonna pick. Oh yeah, I forgot Commander do not like the Raiders at all. That's the next game though. Commanders versus Panthers. Lady Shay picking the Panthers. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I already knew you picked Commander. Lady Shay going with the Rams. That's cool. Here's where the games, you know. The Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers. Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers. I almost said Rice-A-Roni. Gotta get my mind away from food. That's crazy. So that's the next game. The Kansas City Chiefs. Okay. She's a Swiftie. She got the Chiefs. That's who you going with, Commander? Kansas City? The Chiefs? Right. That's what I was like, damn. San Francisco treat. Oh, that's Rice-A-Roni. Oh my God, I gotta pick the next game is the New York Jets versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. The New York Jets versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. You got 3 more games to pick after this. The Jets and Steelers. Oh, Amanda with the Niners. I ain't gonna lie to you. I have not picked this game. I don't know who to pick. I might need a day to think about this. The 49ers and okay. Okay, she going black and yellow. Lady Shay going black and yellow. All right. Steelers. Commander going Steelers. I think Realist is picking the Jets. Is that right, Realist? You picking the Jets? You staying with the home team? Get your whiz on. Okay. The next game is okay, cool. Copy that. The next game is the Baltimore Ravens versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Baltimore Ravens versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't know I haven't picked this game either. Okay. I knew you was going I-95, Realist. I knew it. Be more. Lady Shay, you said that like that's your hometown. Let me find out that's your hometown. Be more. Commander went with Tampa Bay. Okay. Going with the Bucks. And finally, the Arizona Cardinals versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Oh, the Ravens. Yeah, I like the purple and black that they wear. Really. Commander got the cards. The Cardinals. Okay. Word, what you trying to say? You going with the Bucks? Yeah, I bet you ain't going with the Bucks now. I bet that. Yeah, me too. You're a big fan of the Ravens. Oh, yeah, I was a fan of the Ravens since '96 because I liked Ray Lewis when he used to play at the University of Miami. So I've been following Ray Lewis. Yeah, he got to choose Commander. He going to sleep on it. You know, he going to fake sleep on it like, oh, I was tired. He's sleeping and he can't get up. Lady Shay going with the Cardinals. Okay. Yeah, his last game, if I'm not mistaken, was the Super Bowl of 20, the Super Bowl when they played the 49ers. And they played Colin Kaepernick. I think that's who was, yeah, Colin Kaepernick was in that Super Bowl. That was his last game. That was like 2013, 2012. So, yeah, he's one of, listen, anytime you deal with sports, right, you always going to lean on that one guy, you know, get you hype. That's going to keep you ready to go. And when you got that one guy, you know, he sold his work ethic and all of that, it becomes like a habit or a routine for you too, because you always want to be at your greatest. And for me, I mean, I've been watching football for a long time. Like, I think he's one of the greatest leaders to ever grace the sport or any sport, to be honest. It's just the way how, you know, at his position, they feel he's undersized. But his impact on the game was like no other, right? You know, people may have been watching football when you got Brian Urlacher and what the hell is his name on the Packers? Matthews. Is it Matthew? Yeah. Clay Matthews, thing like that, right? I don't know how far some of you guys go in football as far as, linebackers and things like that. But there was a lot of people, you worry about them type people, especially when you know that ball is coming and that ferocious hit is right behind you. Just knowing that somebody was behind you, it's like, I ain't catching that ball. I'm a fall before I even catch the ball. I'll knock the ball down before they hit me, just so you don't get hit. So there's an intimidation tactic involved with, especially in football. And that middle linebacker is they can always set a tone. If a running back comes out and they stop him, that sets a tone. Like, yeah, we stopped them. They try to go for the touchdown, they stop them on fourth down. That's a momentum changer. If they try to go for it, 4th and 1, and they stop them, that's a momentum changer. On offense, it's the quarterback, right? More times out of not, it's always going to be the quarterback on offense, because he's the one that calls the plays. He's the one that, gets the wide receivers and the running backs involved with the game. So on offense, it's the quarterback. But on defense, 9 times out of 10, it's the middle linebacker, because 9 times out of 10, the middle linebacker is going to be involved with most of the plays, except for when they go deep and think, when it goes 30, 40 yards. But when it's like right behind the line or the line of scrimmage, that middle linebacker, if you look at a lot of, back then, it would always be like a middle linebacker with 10 tackles, 12 tackles, maybe 14, 16 tackles, because they're always involved with a play, whether it's a running play or a passing play. They're moving side to side, from sideline to sideline, and up and down the field to make a play to get their team the ball back. So, the safeties do it too, but it's more like the linebackers, because the safeties don't really, unless it's a big run, the safety's not really involved unless it goes far, or unless they come down to the line of scrimmage. But the middle linebacker is always going to be involved. So but that guy, Ray Lewis, he was something awesome. And he went through a situation in his life and still overcame it and won the Super Bowl the next year. That's some determination. That's that concentration that a lot of us, we truly lack. Because if something comes up in our life, we'll focus on that problem instead of, putting that to the side and going to handle business. The problem was the business for some of us. He put that business to the side and handled his actual business and turned around and won the Super Bowl. Excuse me. And that Super Bowl team was, they're considered one of the best defenses in NFL history. And when you always mention that defense, or even when you mention the Ravens, you're always going to remember Ray Lewis, because he set the precedence of how the team would play all of his years in Baltimore. So, it's a lot of work to be a leader of men. It's not, you can be a fisher of men, but to lead men, it's a different story. Dedication takes practice, yet when invested, it works one. Absolutely. And when you've been doing it as long as these guys have been doing it, because a lot of them, played Pop Warner football, they probably played a junior varsity in high school, obviously college, and then make it to the NFL. So it depends. They've been playing the game from 5 years all the way till their retirement. Some of them don't retire till they like 35, 36, 37. You see what I mean? So for 30 years, that's their craft. That's their sport. But what we got to understand, some of them play it so much because they love it. And I always believe if you love a thing, if you love what you do, it's not even a job. It's like a hobby, but you're getting paid for it, right? When I used to work for the New York Mets, I loved every aspect of my job. I would go in there, I would watch the batting practice. Uh, I seen the young ones come up. Well, this is around like 10, 15 years ago. So I seen David Wright. I seen David Wright when he was battling his back problem and running around the stadium. I go downstairs and they'd be walking around the go ahead. If you live for sports, should age restrict you? Age is gonna restrict you because Father Time is undefeated. You start to lose your agility at certain ages. And in certain sports like football, the wear and tear is gonna restrict you, and it won't be about age, right? So let's just say there's some people in football, they retire in 5 years because the wear and tear of whatever position it is, it takes a toll on them, right? Like there's some people that be having leg problems because of the wear and tear. Some people have, you know, that's correct because he does not have the agility of a 21-year-old or a 22-year-old that's coming out of college. And if he gets injured, he can't recover as fast as the 21 or 22-year-old. And his agilities at the age of 60 cannot even compare to somebody at those early age of 20, 21, 22. Because even especially in football, like 32 is considered old. Basketball is a little bit different. You can, like, LeBron James is playing basketball right now. But the astonishment of LeBron James is that he's playing at a high level at 39, going on 40. When if you look at the other 40-year-olds, they're not even all right. If LeBron James averaged 20, he averaged 25 points last year, right? No, you okay. And other people that was 39 may have been averaging 5 or 6 points a game. You see the difference? Sometimes it's how you take care of your body. It allows the longevity of how long you play in sports. Like Tom Brady just retired. I think he was 44, 45 when he retired, but he won the Super Bowl at 43 as a starting quarterback. That has never been done before. And to be honest, I mean, I hope it happens with Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. But I don't think, you know, the way he's been playing, it's hard to assess that. But yeah, the age does restrict you as far as playing sports because uh the body's not equipped to do certain things after a certain age. Coach D, what up though?
Well, though, yeah, I'm kind of figuring that out now. Um, whole thing about the body not moving certain ways after you, especially being out of shape and trying to do the shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, Lady Shay, my bad. I was trying to today garbage day and I'm grabbing all the stuff and my wife telling me to throw TVs out and this other stuff. Yeah. If I'm not discombobulated, she'll get the job done.
Yeah, Commander, this Coach D on the panel. He got his
Yeah.
whistle and everything.
I know my voice probably still battling that. Oh, whatever the hell it is. Oh man, that's a bad thing. I don't know what be coming out these kids these days.
All that good stuff they've been eating.
Oh,
But
man.
but that's just Lady Shay. I tell you, sports is very like if you really look at sports and you can compare it to certain aspects of life, it'll make a little bit more sense to you, right? Like how we just talking about how your body doesn't heal the way that it once did at the age of 40 as it did at 20. That's just the aspect of everyday life. You know what I mean? Because if you really look at it, you think you can run through a brick wall at 20. 40, you thinking about it. Ain't no thinking about it at 20. You running through, you hitting things like, yeah, I don't care. I got it. I'm here. I'm gonna be all right. At 40, nah, you start thinking about that.
You ain't even thinking about it. You already found a new route around the wall. Nobody running into no wall. I ain't even running by the wall.
They-
That's what them 20 years did. Made me a little smarter, a little wiser.
right. And and at certain points, like even like I know when we talk about sports, it's the money aspect of it. I just think that some of these guys love the sport so much that they don't know how to retire. Even, they want to retire on their own terms. So when you get to like 35, 34, 30, whatever age in the 30s, you want to retire, like walk off the field. If you get injured, you're going to come back just because you want to retire on your own terms. You want to play the full season. You want to, you want to make a impact on the game. But some of these guys ain't doing it because the age is just start kicking in. The wear and tear start kicking in, and that's all sports. That's why I said Tom Brady was an anomaly because nobody never saw that at 40, 43, 44 years old for a quarterback to lead a team to a Super Bowl. And it wasn't like he was throwing for like 100 yards. He was throwing for a lot of yards. He had 2 Pro Bowl wide receivers on his team. And he took out the future of who is now Patrick Mahomes, who now we all consider to be one of the greatest quarterbacks in the NFL right now. You see what I'm saying? So if you do what you need to do, you can hold off for all the time. But we all know for all the time is undefeated. It's just a matter of time of when. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're right, realist. Because and I ain't even talking about the severe injuries, the CTE and things like that. I'm talking about just the parts of the body that be tearing you up. Like people be having knee problems after playing football. People be having bad backs, lifting them weights and moving that big 300-pound lineman or defensive lineman or whatever. You know what I mean? So that wear and tear is serious. But that's I'm pretty sure if you had to pick a major sport as far as being competitive and strong and all of that, a lot of the fellas will pick football because that's more of a competitive, I can move you, you can't move me type of scenario. Others would like boxing and things like that, the one-on-one scenario. But for the most part, most men will pick football, in my opinion, because of that type of competition. Let me move you off your spot, so on and so forth. So it's a difference. Some people like basketball because they can do they can dribble the ball well. They want to dunk on somebody, so on and so forth. But a lot of people don't understand. Like baseball is one of the hardest sports because that hand-eye coordination. Ooh, it's a mother father.
Baseball is the funnest sport. Like, everybody can't play it though. But the lady say, whenever you're ready, so just let me know. We can do that interview. But I like even football, right? I think football gives a greater opportunity for people to participate. I mean, you got a skill set for multiple positions, so it just gives a greater opportunity for people to participate. All the other sports, you got to be skilled in something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can say that for basketball, but that's not true because if you can't do the fundamentals, you wasting the spot.
Yeah. especially these days, because it's more about scoring the basketball now. They don't
Yeah.
really like you don't really get on a team for playing defense unless you got a
Yeah,
defensive
defense.
minded player. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
defensive
Dennis Rodman ain't
specialist.
right. Like you, every time I had this conversation, I think about your guy, Big Ben. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like he's a great rebounder, but could he really fit in this type of games today? You know what I mean? Because they want to score 130, 140 points. They want to shoot about 35, 43 pointers. That's not what he do. He's a defensive and rebounding specialist. That was his craft, and that's why he fit back then in the mid to late 90s, going towards the new millennium. He fits that role. Dennis Rodman, he can't fit this role because they don't do none of this stuff. That's why, Draymond Green is one of the last of the Mohicans, but he shoots a little bit better than both of those guys. So he makes himself relevant. You see what I mean? So it's all about a skill in basketball as far as what you can do. Can you put the ball in the basket? Can you make the team better and so on and so forth as far as passing the ball, things like that. But football, yeah, if you're a lineman, you're gonna be in that weight room all day playing with 500, 600, 700 pounds just to be moving it. You know what I'm saying?
You can just be good at kicking. So you ain't gotta do nothing else but kick. You can
Right.
find a spot on the team.
Yeah, he could play 20 years. What's the guy name on Baltimore? Justin Tucker. He been playing for damn near 20 years. Just kicking 50 and 60-yard field goals, kicking the ball 65 yards, things like that. So, there's no wear and tear on Justin Tucker because all he got to do is kick the ball off, kick the field goal. So he can do that till he's about 45, maybe 50. But yeah, that's just how that goes.
Yeah, hunky. What? What? You talking about hunkies? What's going on?
I don't know. I think she made a typo. I ain't even asked her.
Hey,
But
I would. I guess I ain't no better for reading. Okay.
no,
So
you good.
we're gonna talk about something else.
Yeah, I don't know what they talking about. But y'all know what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for tomorrow night. I want to see what's going on. I felt bad for my guy Jimmy last on Monday. You know what I mean? That man said, I said no.
Oh no, that gotta suck, bro. Like you get turned down.
But that's
I think they slow rolling it though, man. 'Cause what's taking Paul Heyman so long to come back?
I don't know. That's
Hey,
a great question.
if he come back, he better come back with a couple people now. He need to come back with a new bloodline bus. He's come with a bus and little Simone.
He gonna come back with
Simone.
he gonna come back with Zilla. Oh yes, it was a typo. She said, "Yeah, dang, my bad. I meant honky. I mean hockey, not honky."
Mm-hmm. Y'all got me up here saying hunky. I clearly say hunky. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
But even hockey, right? If you look at hockey real quick, I don't think a lot of people know that black people started hockey. I don't think they know that because it's so dominated by the Canadians and things like that. They don't know.
I just thought it was always weird. You got all these white people running around slapping this black puck on this white ice. I mean, I don't know. Just like golf. You got all these people yelling and screaming. You got these people slapping this ball trying to get into this hole. Like, bro, y'all got some crazy concepts. Gotta have fun.
It's always a different philosophy in these sports, right? In hockey, I mean, in golf, you got to be quiet. You got to be quiet so he can focus on hitting the ball. Then when he hit the ball, yeah, they start yelling like, "What are you yelling for?" He hit the ball. That's what he's supposed to do. But it's just a difference of a game. They might as well call that fishing because that's how you got to be when you fish. You got to be quiet when you're out in that water. Make sure you get a bite and pull it in. But that's another story for another day. And they have events for fishing too. But it's just different aspects of a thing. So, excuse me, Lady Shay. I need you to come back now because you didn't pick all the teams. You didn't pick. Yeah, they do. You did not pick the Seahawks or the Falcons, Lady Shay. You did not pick one of those teams. So you want to be the Dirty Bird? It's two birds playing. You want to be the Seahawk or the Falcon? Which one you want to be? That's my favorite part of golf is the quietness.
Uh-huh.
Shit, Lady Shay, something else. But thank you. Yeah, you know, it like I said, for me, they just hurry up. They just need to hurry up and get this crown jewel out the way. If they get crown jewel out the way, it'll be up, and then they're gonna have what 2-3 weeks to push that.
Yeah, man, this story, I don't know if I like where it's going, this whole storyline. I don't see where it's going. It's like they wasted so much potential with so many different people at the same time. Cause like, where are they going with? What the hell just happened? Hold on. What is hell with this?
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You take care of that. Like, see, these are how bad the picks are for me, right? I haven't picked the Detroit Minnesota game yet. I haven't picked the Kansas City 49er game yet. I haven't picked the Jets and the Steelers yet. And I haven't picked the Ravens and the Bucks yet. I think those are going to be all too close. That's just me, though. It's got to be hard to pick these type of, if you watch the sport the way that I watch the sport, you don't know, right? Yes, Lady Shay. I will be picking, ma'am. I will be picking, right? Like, for example, like we were just talking about ages and stuff like that. You wouldn't know that until I said something, ma'am. You would not have known that. Oh, yeah, I know. That's what you do, right? I'm going to pick my teams. But, right? So this is what I'm saying, right? About the getting older stage, right? The New York Jets have Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is about to be 41 years old, right? And to me, and what I'm seeing him, because that's my team too, he's not doing what he used to do 4 or 5 years ago. So they're trying to simplify it for him, but he's trying to show that he can still do the same things he did 4 or 5 years ago. So now they're putting all these people out here, but he's not even practicing, right? So in the summertime, they have things called summer camp. Yeah, he on the Jets, realist. He on the Jets. And then when they picked him up, they thought the Jets was going to win the Super Bowl because he's Aaron Rodgers and we living off the prestige of what he used to do instead of us realizing that he's 41. He shows like glimpse that he can still do it, but that's what happens when you get old. You can do that thing once, maybe twice, in a month. But you got to remember, there's people trying to take your head off. There's people trying to take you out. And at 41, how much do your body? Yeah, how much can your body take of those hits? How long? You know what I mean? How long did he has a sprained ankle? He's still playing on a sprained ankle, and that happened like 3 weeks ago. If we in our 20s, we sprain our ankle, we going right back out there. We going right back to go ahead and do what we do, right? But when you get that age, you feel like you don't have the patience to do all of those things. And for me, he's showing that he don't have the patience because he didn't want to practice with his teammates. Now, the year before that, he tore his Achilles, right? Last year he tore his Achilles. So when you tear your Achilles, it takes you about a year, but he sped that up to show that he was ready within 9 months. So if you have that energy to do that, you should have the energy to practice. But he wants people to be familiar with, to be familiar, like he used to play for or play with on a team. So now he don't have to practice with them as much as he got to practice with the new people. So now the Jets are bringing people in so he can have people that familiar with what the routine is with him, so he don't have to practice. Like they just traded for Devontae Adams. He played with him for 7 years, and those two had a great rapport. For me, it makes the 41-year-old person a little bit lazy because you already have a great wide receiver on the team that's 20-something. He's willing to work with you, but you feel like you don't have the energy to work during the week because you played a week and got hurt and things are taking you longer to heal. So, you know, it's just the fact that as you age, you know, sometimes you don't have that strength to do what you once used to, but they gave this guy all of this, the perks of what he did before, and expect him to do it again at the age of 41. It's a difference of a thing, but you know, it's how much you love the sport. I don't know if he loved the sport. He get paid, he getting paid out the wazoo. I don't want, you know, y'all go check it out, but y'all go see what his salary is, and then y'all tell me if he's in it for the love of the game or the love of money. You know, but it's just a difference of a thing as far as, you know, the age of the athlete. So, hey, whatever floats their boats. So for the most part, go ahead.
No, I was happy. I was hoping my phone. I was choking like a motherfucker trying to get
You
this
good?
phone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy the phone was on mute. I'm like, damn, they gonna think I'm dying. They gonna call rescue rangers and everything.
Who we calling Chippendale?
Yeah, ain't even no time for 911. We need the rescue rangers to fly in and help his ass.
He's a fool, man. He's a fool.
But you right, man. Like, bro, I'm not even a professional. You talking about professional? I'm just talking about regular people, man. Man, I was sitting there showing my son like how to do a side kick, and I'm like, hold on, man, I got to stretch before I lift my leg up like that. I'm gonna be getting Charlie horses and shit. Like, hold on, man. That ain't used to happen.
Right.
When you
Right.
do
And
a side kick and then you get a Charlie horse and your gluteus maximus, that ain't normal, man. You got to stretch before you start kicking because you start getting muscle spasms and muscles that you ain't know was working when you did certain moves until you get older. And you realize, like, hey, that's a full body workout. How do I know? I got a Charlie horse with my gluteus maximus. That's how I know.
thank you, Lady Shay, for stopping by. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Carol.
When every pick, all the picks is out, I'm gonna put it on my community wall. And on Sundays, as the game go along, I'll post, you know, what game won, what game lost, and I'll put it in your box. If you lost, it's gonna say, you know, if you won, it ain't gonna say nothing. But if you lost, it's gonna say loss or whatever. And at the bottom of it is gonna have your win-loss prediction record as far as that week. But you know, we doing this all out of love and fun, just to see if we paying attention to what's going on around us and things like that. But I appreciate you, Lady Shay. What time you going live?
We doing it for fun, but I'm the champion.
Yeah, you champion last week. You right.
It just don't matter what week. It's just I'm champion.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's just state facts around here, okay? Fact is,
No,
I'm
that's
champion.
not a fact because the first
That
week
is
we
a
was
fact.
tied. We was tied the
Oh,
first
well,
week. Don't
no,
do that.
you cheated. You cheated first week. You cheated.
But like I was telling them, like, yo, I'm really having tough games to pick. Like I still haven't picked the Lions of Vikings. I haven't picked the Chiefs or the 49ers, the Ravens or the Bucks, and the Jets or the Steelers. I haven't picked those games yet, but every other game I picked.
All those
It's
games either.
huh?
All those games either.
All
Of
of those
course,
games
we
is
all
easy.
know. Yeah, of course, we all know the Lions gonna win.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
it depends how Jordan feels. The Bucks win, but I'm going Bucks anyway. And then, who else playing Niners and Chiefs?
You
Uh,
wait a minute. Hold on. So you telling me you going with the Bucks over the Ravens?
of course.
Okay, yeah, I
No, I'm
already
with
know
Bucks.
why.
I went Bucks over Lions, bro. You think I'm gonna pick the Bucks or pick anybody over the Bucks? That's
I'm just
blood.
saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. I
Even
got
if I
that
know
part.
they gonna lose, I'm gonna pick them.
So you hate the champ then?
Yeah,
You can't be the champ if you picking the wrong teams.
it's not that I'm picking the wrong team. I know. You can know something like, come on, we be knowing better. We still do stupid shit.
uh,
I'm just a living embodiment of that.
yeah, don't pay him no mind, Commander. I told you he coming back. He ain't telling y'all yet.
Oh, y'all gonna have to pay me mine 'cause I'm tired of giving it for free. I need to start getting paid. So pay me attention.
Oh shit, pay him some attention then. Okay.
Mhm. Pay me
Yeah.
attention.
It's like that Chief 49ers game. I don't have a like wow, like that's a pick 'em for real. Like I eeny meeny miny mo. Because I can see the 49ers beating the Chiefs, and I can see the Chiefs knocking off the 49ers. I can see that. A lot of these
Well,
games, like I don't have that problem. Like the Bills versus Titans. I don't got a problem. I know who won't win that game. The Dolphins and Colts. I know who won't win that game.
you do?
Yeah.
Who, the Colts?
Yeah, that's who I picked.
That's that.
Right. It's just certain like when you got the heavyweights, like the Lions and Vikings are playing for first place, right? It's easy for you to pick because that's your team. You going off a straight fanatical pick. That's your team. I told you I ain't picked the Jets over the Steelers. I ain't picked that game.
But
I
picking Lions over Vikings, that's not fanatical. That's just common sense.
that was
We
kind of
Lions, they the Vikings.
what that mean.
That mean we better than them.
Okay. Okay. So if y'all lose, are y'all still better than them?
Yeah, we only lost because I wasn't feeling good that day.
This guy's hocus pocus. Straight crazy. But that's like, yeah. I don't pick like Coach D. I try to pick with logic. He just saying they better than them. He don't care. They could
No,
have
that
been
ain't
0,
right.
they could have been 0-6 right now. He still would have picked them.
The defense is better, the offense is better, the special teams is better. It's just better. They got a better record because they played crappy teams, and I wore a Bucks jersey to the Lions game. That's the only reason they got a loss. I never wore that jersey to the game. If I would have just went and said, "What up, cuz? Have a good game," the Lions would have won. But no, I changed the whole bro. The sun went in, everything started going crazy. When we pulled up to the game when I had that jersey on, the sun went away. We had snow flurries for a minute. We had hurricane warning. All this weird stuff started going crazy. Birds started flying around and dropping. As soon as the game was over, I took the jersey out. The birds woke up off the ground. They was all right. Uh,
Nola.
oh, where's my
No,
phone? And, I left my phone in the house. I was still in love. So.
listen. I know we got the first game. We got the stop, Commander. We talk about the picks. He talk about how he picks his team. I'm talking about I can't pick these teams yet because I'm really trying to decide. And I had a good week. I only lost 3 games last week. But when somebody ain't lose a game last week, that kind of you know,
Yeah,
you know how that go.
you know, you just
So
out here
so
perfect. You
yeah,
just
we talk about perfect, but you know, he picked the perfect week. I don't, you know, but these games right here, like I said, it's really, really, really hard for me to pick.
I think they are. I mean, like what is I don't see what the 49ers doing to beat the Chiefs. Unless the Chiefs just don't want to win the game.
That they don't want to win. Who wants to lose a game?
I'm just saying sometimes teams be like, oh fuck you, go ahead, you got that one. If
Oh,
that's
okay.
one of them weeks, yeah, but other than that, I just don't see the 49ers ain't been that impressive to me this year. Even though they got but I think it's the competition they've been fun. They ain't really played nobody. When they did, they got folded.
Oh, they folded. So they folded against Minnesota.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I'm saying. See, your logic and my logic is different. I
yeah.
don't. You said they folded. I just think that you know the Minnesota Vikings are playing good football this year for a change. You know, a broke clock could be right twice a day. And this might be one of those days for the Vikings. But I do think I'm really thinking about you know Aiden Hutchinson. His impact in the game is going to be missed. I do believe that. But can the offense overcome that loss? Is my question against the Vikings. That's my real legit question.
I mean, they to me they bread and butter. We got answers for. You know, Justin Jefferson. We got two of the best safeties in the league. So have fun with that.
The safety don't cover the wide receivers.
You don't understand. Justin Jefferson, everybody on the team got to help cover him. You know, you go need over the top help, and that's gonna be that. I don't care the person running next to him. He gonna burn them. He go little boy them. It's the over the top help. That's what. That's what. That's what's going. That's what's gonna be the determining factor. So I
Right.
tell you, it's gonna be it's Kirby and BB. That's going to be the deciding factor with Justin Jefferson. They don't know if T.J. Hawkinson playing. That little white boy, he's like a little stream bean, but he be gone. And I'm like, he a tight end. He too
Yeah.
goddamn little to be a tight end. He
And
don't be
they got him
blocking nothing.
right. And they got him at a tight end slot. Can the linebackers hold him? You see what I mean? And what you gonna do if the linebackers can't hold him? You got to cheat with the other safety. So now that leaves Addison open. That leaves a whole bunch of things open.
Nah,
That's
bro,
why for me, go ahead.
we got a little crazy white boy too. I forgot that little crazy white boy we got. I can't remember his name right now. But you know that little crazy white boy be going from sideline to sideline, tackling everything. He can keep up with him. They was teammates at one point. What's his name?
Oh, you talking about the line? I forgot his name too.
It's on the tip of my tongue. I don't know how I forgot his name. I always talk about him. But yeah, that little crazy white boy. Yeah, he gonna, I'm telling you, he gonna be good. He gonna be
Yeah.
chasing him all around. And then I don't think I would say Minnesota gonna have more trouble with Detroit's defense than Detroit gonna have with Minnesota's defense.
Hmm.
Whoever show up on defense gonna win the game.
Oh yeah, we understand that part. We understand that part.
The offense
That's
is gonna do their job.
that's why the question. I don't even think it's going to be a high scoring game. I promise you that.
Minnesota defense that good?
That- you don't know. You just
I
talking.
don't be watching them.
How you don't watch your rivals? How that work?
Cause I don't play the game. If I played, I'd be watching. I don't care about them cats. I just want to see Detroit win the Super Bowl so I can talk. That's it. Other than that, I don't care.
Oh yeah, you
Like,
good. You gonna convince me now. I know who to pick now. I ain't telling you. I ain't telling you who I pick. Going
I
on the
don't know if
bulls.
they can. I don't know if Minnesota defense can keep up. I don't know if any defense can keep up. Once they
Hmm.
get that's if they get started. If they don't get started, then if Jared, I don't know. It depends what Jared Goff you get.
I agree with that.
That's
I
what's gonna determine the game. What Jared Goff come out? You gonna
I
get
agree
that
with that.
Cali boy, or you gonna get that Detroit Goff? You need that Detroit Goff.
And how that running game going to start? All of that is a deciding factor. If they could run the ball like they normally do, that leads to the play action, and play action gets that gets Jameson going, that gets Amon St. Brown running, that gets them going, and that's tough to control when everything is in motion. I could see Sam Darnold messing up. That's my thing. I have him messing up, but the question is, how many times he gonna mess up?
You gonna be able to do it too many times.
Shit, he's good. He's overdue for like a 3-game interception or two interceptions and a fumble. He's overdue for that. The question is, can the Detroit Lions defense bring that up? And like I said, because this is about first place, I'm very hesitant on the pick who's who. But I'm being convinced a little bit. Shout out to the coach. He's helped me make my pick. Whether he knows it or not, he's helped me make my pick.
And they didn't pay the little short fat boy a lot of money, so you better get in there and get some sacks. So Lee McNeil, he's a little short fat boy, but he be putting in work. So get a little Pillsbury, some help on the edges. We good. You gonna keep the pressure up the middle.
I have a funny feeling this week is going to be so different. The ladies is going to win. One of these ladies is going to win this week. I swear.
They gonna win.
They're going to win the picks.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to win the picks. They picking against each other. Shout out to Commander Lady Shay. They picking different picks like a mug.
I thought they was picking their fingernail polish. My bad.
I think let me see. They got, like, they literally, those two ladies have one. They only picked 2 teams the same. 3. Steelers, the Cardinals, and the Bills. But everything else they got different. And the Jags. I'm lying. They picked the Jags. But everything else they got different picks. I wouldn't be surprised. I might have to steal some of their picks. All right, let me see. Nope, because they picked, like, even the Lions and Vikings, they got 2 different picks. The 49ers and Chiefs, they got 2 different picks. They both picked the Steelers. The Ravens in Baltimore, they got 2 different picks. I don't know who to pick.
Who the Steelers playing?
Lady Shay, Commander said Lady Shay go get a perfect score.
Who the Steelers playing?
Say it again.
Who the Steelers playing?
The Jets.
Oh yeah, they won.
You said they're gonna win?
Yeah. I don't think do you have to Adams even playing that game?
They say he playing.
It's Thursday, man. That's crazy.
They play Sunday night.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
That's what I'm trying to,
that shit weird, bro.
I'm trying to tell you. Like, he was fake injured for 3 weeks. Talk about his hamstring, but as soon as he get traded, that healed up real quick, didn't it? That's what I'm trying to tell you. These people be faking it.
Yeah.
I don't want to pick the home. I want the right pick. I'm tired of picking the homer pick. I just think I don't know what to pick. I just think Aaron Rodgers is getting lazy. I swear. He think he's slick. He getting me mad. He getting lazy. You gonna keep picking people that you know played with you, so you ain't gotta practice. No, you gotta practice with these new people. They paying you enough. Take your ass to work.
Picking people who ain't gonna complain about the bullshit.
Right. So you ain't got to work on nothing. That's what I'm saying. And that's why I was saying earlier, because you get to be 41, you want people around you that ain't gonna challenge you.
You got that coach fired.
Yeah, they got my coach fired. He got his offensive coordinator benched somewhere. He ain't even get fired. The offensive coordinator didn't get fired. He got reassigned. He in the booth.
They fucked up your salary cap and picks for the next couple of years.
Yeah, this shit
Yeah.
crazy.
All for one player that's washed up. I mean, I ain't gonna say washed up, but
He ain't
right.
performing. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. He's not performing. And why is that? Because he ain't want to practice with these guys. No, you can't do that. You came in here, you selling a bill of goods. We might as well sold you Manhattan for $64, Jack. But you know, that's why I'm saying for me it's hard to pick because I'm not. I mean, I don't care how much I love the team. I want to be right. I'd rather be right than a homer.
I think the Jets go get is Russell Wilson quarterback in? I think
That's I'm waiting to see about that too. Because if Russell Wilson quarterback and I'm picking the Jets, if he ain't quarterback and I pick the Steelers,
I was just thinking about that. Like it might be worse if he quarterback. I might even go with the Jets.
that's what I was saying. I'm sitting there on standby. I'm gonna put the injury list up tomorrow. I did it for the 49. I did it for the Broncos and Saints. I didn't know the Saints ain't had nobody playing. I was like, damn, they ain't had nobody. All their wide receivers is down.
And they quarterback too, ain't
they lost.
I'm saying they quarterback. I looked at the injury report.
Derek Carr's all of them hurt. Derek Carr, their 2-star wide receivers. I'm like, I don't even need the report. I'm picking the Broncos. Period. And Sean Payton went home, so they was gonna do whatever they could for Sean Payton to win. I'm picking the Broncos, and that's exactly what I did. I picked them for that reason and that reason alone. But you know, it's time for these teams to start turning it around, or these teams are going to build momentum. The Buffalo Bills, they traded for Amari Cooper, even though they got 4-2 record. I'm like, yo, there's some people that's really trying to win these games to get to that Super Bowl and win that. They over here they talking on the major networks how they think Detroit might trade for the guy what's his nigga name? Excuse me, Hassan Reddick on the Jets.
Man, did you see? They ain't about to trade for them. If they do, the Jets gonna have to give up a second-round draft pick instead of what is it, third or fourth. If they trade him to a NFC team,
they don't care. They retarded. They weird.
Oh, well, you ain't giving me no 2. You can't give me no 4, and then I gotta get either some apples or 2. This ninja don't want to play.
Then they gonna buy. Then they gonna pay all his salary that he's supposed to get. I'm not doing all that. That's what I'm saying. It's the front office. I don't know what they're doing. Like even there's a lot of front office people that just make the decisions and they look weird making the decisions. You know what I mean?
Trade for him. He don't even just like the way he carries. So that don't even fit what we doing here.
They also was speculating they might trade for the guy on the Raiders, Max Crosby.
No, that's a horse of a different color. That's a horse of a different color. Maxie Waxy can come on over.
And if that happens, boy, if that happens, man, they got bookends for years to come. Detroit, I mean, you already got something to cheer about, but the expectations got to go a little bit higher if you got those two on the bookends, you know, on each side of the line. Like, yo, man, if you, man, if
that shit, boy, and then y'all keep sleeping on my little short fat guy. I'm telling you, bro. I liked him when they drafted him. Little short fat boy, he be wiggling and diggling in there and getting sacked. And he be stopping the run, bro. He ain't no Aaron Donald, but you know he gonna make his own name in the NFL because he a big boy.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When you could stop the run, and your offense can move the ball out of the way it moves, and then you could pin your ears back and go get him. That's what Aiden Hutchinson, when he come back, he'll be ready. If y'all get Max Crosby, that's, you know what I mean? It's just a different story. I'm telling you.
That's gonna be nasty.
And like I said, if that trade was to happen, if Detroit ain't excited about that, it's something wrong with Detroit. I'm gonna just say that like that. I'm not a fan of Detroit. I'm not, that's not my team. But you gotta be excited when you got bookend linemen that can get to the quarterback, and you ain't got a blitz like that.
That's like, remember when Javion Clowney went to Miami and then Sue was there. Like, people just thought that was gonna be crazy.
But we saw what Sue did for the Bucks. Well, y'all got my defensive. Your defensive coordinator is my guy anyway, because he played on the Jets.
And what?
Aaron Glenn. So that's my guy. That's another reason why I cheer for him. Like, yo, he was a pretty good cornerback for me. So I know he know how to get those cornerbacks up to par. But I ain't know he can call a D like this, because they playing some good defense over there. They really are.
Man, they've been trying to get Aaron Glenn out since he got there. And I'm looking like, let the man cook. Man, look what he finally got something to coach. Man, he ain't had nothing to coach at first. You got one player just running down the damn field, like his hair on fire, and Aiden Hutchinson. You ain't got nobody who can catch a ball in the backfield. Then we got Kirby Joseph, and then we started getting our draft pick, and then his defense was good. It's like, yeah, that's because we got people in there now. Y'all ain't giving nobody. Y'all want to kick him out. That's because he black. But he's still here. I'm. That's dope that both our coordinators still here, because they both could have went and got head coaching jobs after last season.
Right.
You know?
But I just think they want to finish it off. Then they may take off.
Yeah.
But that's goes to Dan Campbell too. You know what I mean? Like, yo, we rocking with him. He gave us this shot. We're gonna rock with him until we get to that finished product, which is the Super Bowl, and that's understandable. It's a loyalty to it's a respect and loyalty to a guy that gave you your shot, and even in real life we don't have a lot of people that do that. You know what I mean? We come up and we ready to take off, but you know what I mean? Because like I said, Aaron Glenn, he always been loyal. Even when he was with the Jets, he was loyal. Parcells was like, nah, you ain't making me no slot. You put Ray Mickens in the slot. I'm the guy. And he rocked out with Parcells until he was like, yeah, I can't do this no more. I'm ready to go. I'm retiring. And he's like, all right, cool. Took off. So, it's like I said, it's just different, It's just different when you have all the pieces. Now you just making sure everything runs well. And, as of right now, this game, the game that's happening Sunday is going to be very vital. Because if you shut the Vikings down, you take the lead in the division, right? Period. And not only are you taking the lead in the division, you telling everybody, yo, we the number one seed right now. So it's more than just the division, it's the conference. You see what I'm saying? It's a different thing. Now, I don't know. Like I said, and the Vikings had a bye. So they may come out rusty. You see what I mean? So I don't like it's difficult to say which Viking team you're gonna get. Like I said, I could see Sam Darnold being lazy and not doing nothing over the bye week, come out, throw 2 interceptions. and the fellas is running the ball, Montgomery running them over because they ain't been practicing. They just started practicing yesterday. So I can see that being done.
I want y'all to go ahead and tell Sam Darnold you can go ahead and throw as many interceptions as you want to, so that we won't judge you. We won't judge you, and we'll still love you. Go ahead and throw that ball, boy. Throw it to the people in the other jersey, because if your team don't accept you, we will.
You're gonna throw them a celebration?
Yeah, we'll throw them a celebration. We'll throw them a party, man. No problem.
Mm-hmm. But by far, If anything, I think they should have flexed. I think they should have flexed that game and made that the 8 o'clock game. To be honest with you, because that game is that important as far as I'm concerned.
I
They should
don't
have
think they
flexed that.
thought from the beginning of the schedule. I don't think nobody thought Minnesota was going to be what they were or what
I,
they are.
I agree with you. I agree with
And
that.
low key, I I didn't. I thought they could have been better uh with the
McCarthy,
rookie quarterback. Yeah.
right? Because he wasn't getting that job unless he got it. I mean, Sam Darnold was not getting that job until that man got injured. And that's the
Uh-huh.
funny part with that. Like they doing that with Russell Wilson. What they gonna do when JJ McCarthy come back? Oh, we sticking with him? This
Oh
man
no,
about to
Sam
get
Darnold
paid.
got the job.
Yeah, he about to get
Yeah,
paid.
JJ is on the rookie contract.
Yeah, he gonna
That's
get.
it.
Yeah, they're gonna sit him for maybe the next year or two
Uh,
and say, "All right, JJ, you got enough time. Come on." As soon as he starts slumping, JJ, you win, and that's the best
JJ.
scenario for the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how long they're gonna keep Justin Jefferson and all that, but hey, that's what I'm saying. That's why the NFC North is going to be the toughest division. Because we talking about them two. We ain't even talking about the Packers.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And quiet is kept. Look at the Bears on the low.
Uh,
You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's the toughest division this year, bar none.
yeah.
It ain't
That's
even
crazy.
nothing. It ain't even nothing to talk about.
Like that's the crazy thing. Like when the Lions finally good, why everybody else gotta be good? Why can't we let us be good by ourselves? You guys y'all be good by yourself for years, but now everybody else gotta
Mhm.
be good and be good. These people weird, man.
Look, you know the Lions is in the playoffs, and by the way the Packers are playing, I mean the Vikings are playing right now, they're in the playoffs. Now it's like, okay, which team is coming out? Because I believe y'all gonna get 3 teams in the playoffs.
That's gonna be wild.
So which team is it? Is Chicago gonna make their push, or is Jordan Love gonna scave them off because he's a better quarterback than Caleb Williams this year? Just saying.
Who you think got a better overall team? Because you watching, I don't. Vikings or Packers?
The Vikings.
Vikings and Bears.
The Vikings. Now the Packers and Bears, I'm only going off the quarterback because I don't think Caleb Williams have enough time to really understand the NFL defenses yet. But he's doing pretty well. But Jordan Love is doing better. You see what I mean? So for me, I could see the Vikings, the Packers, and the Lions making the playoffs. Like the Bears could be like 9-8 and just miss the playoffs. And you're like, damn, they missed it by 1 game. You see what I'm saying? Like, what? That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's how competitive the division is this year. Nobody had the Bears being this competitive already. Nobody. I know they didn't. Just like nobody had the Commanders looking this good early. You got two rookie quarterbacks doing what they need to do. Nobody expected that. For me, it's a pride thing because they showing that they came ready to play, and their records are speaking for themselves. Now the defenses is something different, and that's another reason why I picked the Packers. Because if you blowing them out like as Jordan Love is doing 27-9 and things like that, they ain't gonna run the ball. They gotta get the points back. But with Caleb Williams, he need more time with DJ Moore. He need more time with those receivers. But Jordan Love got that time already. He did this last year, so it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a very interesting race going into the second half of the season. So, but I just know the NFC North is probably gonna get 3 teams in the playoffs. I know that. I don't think the Cowboys are gonna make the playoffs. I know the Giants ain't making the playoffs. I don't know if the Eagles might make the playoffs. They may make the playoffs. In the West, it'd probably be the 49ers and maybe the Seahawks, maybe. But even in the South, you got the Tampa Bay Bucks. You got the Falcons playing good football right now. They both in the top. They're leading their division. So everything after 4-2 is fighting for that 7th spot. So good luck to everybody. But I just think that, the Bears, the Lions and Vikings are already shoo-ins. 5-1, 5-0 versus 4-1, 5-1. So that's the game of the week for me. I'm just saying. So
We had played each other twice.
right, and this is just game one. See what I'm saying?
We got to pay the other teams too.
Yeah, y'all haven't. Yeah, did y'all play I don't think y'all played the Packers yet.
Man, ain't no division going.
And that's what I'm saying. And every division game, they playing it up. They ready to play.
I think they went 1-1 last year with all.
They was 3-3 last year. Yeah.
No, yeah, 1-1 and lost one with everybody.
Yeah, so even with that, you know what I mean? You got to be ready to play. Like, that's why I'm trying to tell you, it's tough for me to pick this game. I'm going to pick it tonight, though. I'm going to sleep on it. I'm going to wake up in the morning, and I'm going to pick it and I'm going to post it. But I'm going to shout out everybody that picked. You know what I mean? Shout out to Lady Shay. Shout out to Commander. Shout out to Realist. He picked a couple games. But, you know what I mean? Like I said, we doing this, to see if we know what we doing. We talking about sports and things like that. But I know one thing. They better hurry up with this WWE joint because I need to find out who's doing what, when, and where. I'm being nice. I'm ready to go to Stamford, Connecticut. Like, yo, I need y'all to figure this out. Hurry up. Y'all dragging. Yeah, I don't even care about that crown jewel thing. I don't care about none of that. I really don't. The only thing I'm gonna see is if anything, they're gonna find a way to get Tiffany Stratton to cash that Money in the Bank thing in, and she gonna win it at Crown Jewel. That's the only thing I see.
She'll pick Nia Jax.
But you think Nia Jax gonna lose? She gonna lose?
No, I'm saying Nia Jax probably will win. Tiffany will bash her ass and cash in and take her belt. She gonna get tired of Nia ass. What? Bash in the goddamn head. So let me jump down real quick, bro.
Alrighty. I appreciate you stopping up. Yeah, I appreciate you too. And shout out to everybody that came through and made their picks. And for the guys that, you still have time to make your picks. I suggest that you guys make the picks on the community wall so that way I can see it. And then I can place your picks with our picks. And they'll be ready to be picked. We'll be rocking and rolling Sunday morning, as the first game of the day is going to be the New England Patriots and the Jacksonville Jaguars at 9:30 as they play in I'm not sure if they're in London or I know they're on the European continent. I know that for sure. But that's the first game. The Patriots and Jags. And if anything happens, good night, Commander. If anything happens before then, I will jump up. I will make a post. And if y'all want to talk about it, y'all let me know. We'll have that conversation. But with that being said, I appreciate everybody stopping by. Mr. 33 signing off. I'll see you guys on Sunday.